Stoicism is known for its unruling self-discipline and focus on rationality at the core of its practice. But what many people don't know is that it could be applied in today's world. And after being in the programming field for about a year now, I've noticed that a lot of good programmers actually practice Stoicism. It just is a practice of many good programmers. So here are different ways that Stoicism can help you become a great programmer. The first thing is the embracing of failure. Seneca once said that a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. All this means is you cannot improve and you cannot get better at your craft without a challenge or leading to some form of failure. Especially in the coding space, I've dealt with a ton of failures, whether it be facing a JavaScript problem that I could not solve, or even learning the basics. All of these are pretty hard, and if you don't embrace the challenge and failure that will surely come as a result of programming, then you cannot be a programmer, let alone a good programmer. So another main principle within Stoicism that could help you become a good programmer is focusing and setting controllable goals. So instead of setting goals that are totally out of your reach, such as getting hired by a company that you have no say in, or selling X amount of products to X amount of customers, focus on things that you can control. These things could be how much work you put in on a certain project, or how many jobs you apply to, or learning a new coding language. By focusing on the things you can control, your anxiety will greatly reduce, you can code better, and overall the coding journey will be much better. And I actually dealt with this sort of problem at the start of my programming journey. I really wanted to start a business and I was really hoping that customers would like my product. And just thinking that way was really anxiety inducing and didn't really help me take action in general. And as soon as I switched my thinking to a more controllable fashion where I focused on how much work I was putting in and how much work I was putting into code, that sort of thinking vanished, my anxiety greatly reduced, and again, it made the programming experience just that much easier. So a third way that Stoicism can help you become a programmer is amori fati. This is a Stoic saying for accepting one's fate. And this may be my favorite one because it really summarizes what Stoicism is and how helpful it is in today's modern age. Rather than caring and worrying or being excited about what may come in the future, simply accept what may come. I think you could agree on this. It is very exciting, you wanna start programming right away. You wanna learn as much as possible, and you get caught up in this loop of I wanna get better. I wanna impress this person. I wanna be better than this person. You see people online that are better than you, so then you worry. It's this big loop of comparison, and you're simply caring too much about what may come in the future. And guess what? With all that hope, you're gonna fail in some way. Again, I failed greatly with my first couple of businesses, and I failed greatly at learning many programming languages. I practiced C, which I eventually failed at. I practiced Python and I tried to learn Python, and that simply did not work for me. And at the time when I didn't really have this Stoic mindset, I was upset. I was mad at myself that I couldn't learn these topics, and I seriously doubted that I could ever be a computer programmer. But after learning JavaScript and finally getting the hang of it, I look back at those moments with gratitude and honestly happiness, because I would have never found JavaScript and web development if I did not practice Python or C. So if you're faced with some form of failure, rather than looking at it as a bad thing, look at it with gratitude and simply try to accept it even though it may be hard. The fourth and final way that Stoicism helps programmers become better at coding is to focus on your perception of certain things. As coders, you and I, we probably like to judge a lot of things. This code sucks. I'm really nervous about how people are going to think about my website. I'm upset that I didn't get this job. And though it is okay to judge moments, to see things as good or bad, such as failing to get a job, especially in the coding space where we are very judgmental of a lot of things, this can create a very negative ecosystem and a bad feedback loop in general. So again, rather than seeing something as good or bad, look at it as it is. A situation is never good or bad. You are the one that defines the situation. You can look at a bad situation as good, and you can look at a good situation as bad. So if you want the cliff notes, all Stoicism is is your perception and acceptance of what may come. The world is a very uncertain place, and there are millions of things that we don't have control over, but there are a select few things that we do have control of. So rather than focusing on the uncontrollable, try your best to focus on the controllable. I promise you, this mindset shift, this way of thinking will 10x your programming. It'll make you one of the better programmers in the industry, because not a lot of people want to think this way, nor know they think they can think this way. And yes, so that is how Stoics have greatly influenced my programming and how it can help you become a better programmer. So if you want to contact me on Twitter, I post on Twitter a lot. I'll leave it in the description down below. And if you like this sort of content, please like and subscribe. I have like 30 subscribers, and your subscription would really, really go a long way. And if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. If you like this video, hated this video, I always like feedback. And yeah, my name is Izar, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.